Hey Hogs, I am doing our football video. We're going to use this end zone view that Bloomington shared with us. I'm going to go through our plays. I'm going to go through each guy, talk about their blocks. I'm going to do an offensive one, and then I'll do a defensive one. And I'll post it on YouTube. So we'll start with the first one here. First play, we're running sweep to the left here. So we'll just go play side to backside. So we'll start with our H. Okay, H should be working out to next play side, but if you see someone is being blocked by the receiver, our H needs to turn back inside and look for someone to block. If you have no one to block play side, turn back and look inside to try to find someone to block. Going to our tackle, we need to make sure we take our bucket step and get on our 45-degree track as we help out here. Notice how we're not helping out really at all. We're not giving our guard any sort of significant help. We need to make sure we're into this guy and going through his hip or through his shoulder as we go on our 45-degree track. Notice how you're turning your hips backwards. We don't want to do that. We want to stay on our track, working up to the next level. Once we get to the second level, then we can turn back and look for someone coming inside to out. The reason why we want to do that is because we want to cut them off from where the play is going. Notice if you turn around right now, he's just going to fight over top of you. Okay, we need to get on their level and then turn back. That way we can make sure we truly get in front of him, because see how he's able just to go right around you. That's not what we want, because he's the one who makes the tackle here. We have to make sure we cut off the inside. So don't turn around here, stay on your track, and then turn back. Same thing with their H, stay on our track, then turn back. Both of you guys really should be double teaming this guy, and there's no way this guy makes the tackle. But it ends up where that guy ends up making the tackle. Okay, watching our guard. Our guard does a good job taking his bucket step, getting his head to the armpit. We could be lower. I don't want to see your helmet up on the shoulder. And we need to make sure we maintain our leverage. We got to keep running our feet through contact. We stop our feet after we get here. Notice how our feet stop. And because our feet stop, he's able to fight back over the top. We got to keep running our feet through contact instead of stopping him. Going to our center. I know that guy slants backside, but let's try to give a little bit more help here, a little bit more of a punch just to help out our guard. You do a good job getting to this linebacker, though, that shows up in your gap. Get your head to the play side armpit, though, and same thing, run your feet through contact. We got to make sure we maintain this leverage and that he can't get off. We got to make sure we cut this guy off from the play. Okay, going to our other guard. Once again, we do a good job taking our bucket step. We make contact. We keep running our feet through contact, which is good, but we got to keep working our head to the play side. Keep working your head to the play side. Okay, we don't have him cut it off. We don't have him cut off yet. We need to keep working our head to the play side. Okay, backside tackle. We talked about this. You should be taking this path here to try to cut off this backside backer. So rip inside, run to where he's going to be, not where he's at right now. Right now you're running to where he's at. You want to go on a 45-degree path to where he's going to be. And notice we don't get him, we don't get to him, we don't block anybody. Okay, we need to get on our 45-degree track and run and run. Okay. You get square. We don't want to be square. We want to be on our 45-degree track. We want to be trying to cut this guy off from the play. Next play. Okay, we have a pass play here. We'll start near side to Vinji. He steps inside, kick slide, which is great. Okay, you turn out a little bit too soon. This guy is square with you. You turn your hips too soon because he's square. You do run him upfield, which is great. That's what we want to do. That's how we create the cut. But you turn a little bit too soon because right here, he can come back inside if you wanted to. You want to stay square and turn once you know that he's committed to going upfield. Going to Owen. I'd like to see you step in more before you start kick sliding back. Okay, I like how you check inside to out. That's good job. Ben, I like how you have active feet, and I like you have active hands. You get your hands on the inside and you stay square and you're the base of the cup. This is very nice. Okay, watching pacer. I like how you step inside. I like how you kick slide. And I like how you look for work. That's very nice. Carson, you have a tendency to drop back too soon. There's no need that you should drop back that fast. You're an athletic kid. The only reason why you need to drop back fast is if you have a fast guy off the edge and you think he's going to beat you outside. I don't think there's anybody that you're going to go against this year, Carson, that's going to beat you to the outside. So you don't need to bail. You don't need to bail like this. Just get in your kick slide demeanor, your kick slide stance, and then just sit there. Just sit there. So kick slide 1, 2 right here, and then just stay right here. Stay right here in this position and see what he wants to do. If he still wants to collapse inside, you can shuffle square and cut him off. But what you do is that you bail out too soon and you give this guy an easy direct path to the quarterback coming inside here. You bail back too soon. Okay, and he's in the quarterback's face and he makes a sack later on because we bail out too soon. Okay, bait this guy to go upfield. Just sit right here on the line of scrimmage and bait this guy to run upfield, and then you can turn and run him out. Okay, we do not want guys taking the inside gap. We want them taking the outside gap. Okay, this is trap to the left. Watch Carson. Carson, this is where you needed to wash down this linebacker. We already called the kickout guys as 5. This is the linebacker you would be going up to anyways. He's just stepped down on the line of scrimmage, so you need to wash him down the line of scrimmage and not leave him. Okay, we don't want to do that. We want to stay on him, get our head to the sternum, and wash him down the line of scrimmage. Watching pacer. Okay, good job being down on the hip. Let's get both hands there and really wash that guy down. I like how you have your inside foot up as you do that. Okay, you have your inside foot up right there, which is perfect. And you're getting up to your linebacker, which is good. Okay, make sure you stay in front of him and run your feet. Ben, this is a good job throwing this guy into your gap and keeping him there. This is a great wash down, guys. It's very, very nice. Owen, don't be looking at your guy pre-snap. Linebackers are going to pick up on that. Make sure you're just looking straight ahead. Make sure you're looking straight ahead, not at the guy that you're kicking out. But this is a very good kick out block in terms of you staying low and getting to the hip. Okay, we just want to make sure we run our feet through contact. We could get even lower. But Owen, just notice that if you were standing straight up, this guy definitely would have won this battle. But because you were nice and low and on the hip, you were able to stonewall him right there and even bring him down to the ground. And if Carson got his block, this would have been a touchdown. That's a very good kick out block. Vinji, I need you to step down one more time and close down this gap. We don't step down hard enough, and there's this wide open gap right here that someone could backdoor. We want to make sure we cover that up and step down even harder here. I do like how you turn back and you look to seal off the backside, though, when you realize no one is blitzing the B gap. RH, this is a good job mimicking what the tackle is doing, making sure you're stepping down and wheeling and sealing and try to seal this guy off from the play. That's good. That's what we want to do. Okay, we're running boot to the right here. Let's watch Vinji. Benji, we're running boot to the right, so you should be man blocking this 4 technique. Unless you called him a 5. If you called him a 5, what you did was correct. Okay, but if this is a 4, we want to make sure we're man blocking him. Okay, Owen, we corrected this later on, but in boot, we're running power to that side. We wanted to make it look like power, so you should be doing a push block and then stopping right here, seeing if this linebacker is going to trigger. Okay, it's not 50s or 90s for boot. Owen, you should be helping out Ben with the nose right here. Ben, this is a good job just having awareness, looking in your gap and noticing that there is a 3 technique right here and you helping out with this blitzing linebacker who is coming free. I think that's a good job helping him out because you're assuming that Owen's going to be here helping you out. That's a good job. Carson, you need to step down hard and wheel and seal here. Okay, you shouldn't be just turning out for the 5 right away. You should be picking up this blitzing linebacker. You should be stepping down hard inside and picking this up. And then going out to that guy late. Boot is just like power. Boot is power. Besides what the backside guard is doing, backside guard is pulling out wide and looking for the first person outside the tackle to block, just like Pacer is doing. Pacer, this is a good job. I like your angle. I like how deep you get. I like where your eyes are. Okay, and if he goes that far out, just like that, make sure you do exactly like you did. Just block him out, and the quarterback's got to adjust. Okay, but where this falls apart here, I think, is that Vinji. I don't know. This guy kind of looks like he's a 4, so maybe we should have manned him there because we got 2 free runners. But our H should be open here in this situation. The ball should be going to our H here. Okay, we're running dive to the right here, it looks like. So we'll start with Vinji. Vinji, we got to give more help here. Remember, this is a downhill play, and a chip block means a double team, okay? Even if he slants inside, we got to redirect with that foot and make sure we help out with this double team. Let's help our base block guy able to get in front of him and be in a good position. Okay, we want to have tight double teams. We want to have tight chip blocks. This is not tight hip to hip. You're not helping him out by stepping way outside here. Okay. But yes, you want to stay vertical after you do that chip block. Okay, but let's get that second foot down on the ground and let's give more help with this backer slanting inside. Okay, watching Owen. See here, this is kind of cheating on the defensive part because they're sending 2 guys to the same gap, which is not good defense. I think they did that on accident here. And that's going to get them in trouble later on in the game. If they're not staying gap accountable, it might look nice for one play because they have 2 guys going to 1 gap, but we're gonna make them pay for it later as well. But notice here, just because they missed a tackle, I think that this end is supposed to be outside. Actually, he misses the tackle, and no one's out here to contain. So that's where it gets him in trouble. Okay, Ben, you got to make sure you're working the stack and getting vertical to this number 4. He's the one who makes the tackle, and it's because we didn't get to him. Okay, we against a 3-3 stack, when we run dive, we're working vertical and we're working the stack. So you're double teaming the nose to the mic. Okay, just like these 2 are double teaming the 4 to the sand backer. Okay, these 2 are double teaming this guy to the stack backer. We need to make sure we're going to the stack. Okay, I like your steps. I like how this stays tight. Okay, I wish this double team look like this one where your guys are nice and tight. Okay, but you need to be working vertical right away, not looking back. You need to be working the stack. Ben, if you get to this guy here and you're able to get in front of him, He's not making this tackle. Okay, pacer watching you. Your second step is too big. Okay, your second step is way too big. Okay, it needs to be 1, 2, 6-inch lateral step. Okay, and then working to get in front of them. That second step's just a little bit too big. You do get in front of your guy. You are nice and low. You are driving them, which I like. It's just that second step's a little bit too big. Okay, Carson here. I want your second step to be vertical on this chip block. Same thing with the same problem with Vinji. You guys are just getting too wide out with this chip block. We need to be into this guy. A chip means a double team. Means we want to try to help this guy take over, and we want to make this tight, and we want to drive this guy to the linebacker. So notice how your second step is a crossover step. That's not good. Your second step should be right there into this guy, so it's a double team. So we can drive that guy up to the linebacker. That's what we're trying to do. Watching our H. This is a good job by our H taking this guy over, getting our head to the play side number. Maintain that. Keep blocking him at that level. That's a good job by our H. Next play. Okay, running jet to the left. Okay, watching our H here. H is working out to the next play side guy, next play side backer, which is good. He gets out to him. Now, if that guy's already being blocked, H's, if you're working out here to that apex guy and he's already being blocked, then we're going to turn back inside and look for a flowing linebacker. Okay, we can block this guy, who I think he was the one who made the tackle here. But if you're going out on this angle, a 45-degree angle, and that guy apexed out is already being blocked, we can turn back in and help catch anything flowing from the inside. Okay, so right here, if you notice that that guy's being blocked by a receiver, we can turn back and block this guy. Okay, Vinci, once again here, I think you think that this guy was a 5 technique, and if that's the case, what you do here is fine. But it looks like that Owen is trying to take him over. So I don't know what we called here, but I think this should have been a chip block here, and this should have been a scoop, and you should be working up to number 24 as well. Okay. We're also too high. We need to make sure that we're underneath his shoulder pads. Owen, good job staying on your tracks. Now look up to the next level and try to find someone to block. If you notice that that guy's hip disappears, you take your steps. Okay, work through his hip here. Work through his hip. You notice he disappears, and just stay on your track and look for someone to block. Okay, Ben, this is a good job here. Working the chip, but you see this guy stepped up into your gap, so we seal him off from the play. Keep him there. Okay, keep running your feet. This is a good job. Ben, that's a good job. Keep running your feet, knocking that guy off. Pacer, you got to keep working your head to the other side. Keep trying to cut that guy off. Keep running your feet through contact. Okay, we could be a little bit lower, but I want to see your head right there. Okay, Carson, once again, I don't know why we're turning back here. On jet, sweep, and dive, we want to get on our 45-degree angle, take our bucket step, and keep running at this angle, trying to find somebody to block. We don't want to turn back. Start running at this angle. Go find somebody to block. See, that little bit of turn back could have made the difference for where you could have gotten a hand on this guy. Don't turn back. We don't need to worry about this guy. This guy's not going to make the play. Just get on your angle and run. Next play. Okay, 50s here. Watching Vinji. Okay, Vinji, I like how you step in hard here. Now notice here right now that that knee is in his crotch like we talk about. All right, but when he folds back inside, you got to shuffle laterally and get back. We don't want this guy to be coming on the inside. We want to influence him. We want to bait them upfield. Okay, we want to attack this inside shoulder. We don't want to get square on him. We want to bait them upfield so they can't take this inside path. We should never end up on the outside of a defender on our pass protection. We want to create a cup. Okay, Owen, watching you. We don't take a step inside. We need to make sure we take a step inside first and then do our kick slide back. We want to protect our inside gap. So I should see you have a hand on this guy right now, Owen, with your inside hand, still checking your gap, and then you block this guy late. Okay, so you should have a hand here and a hand here on this guy, trying to create that cut. Okay, Ben's doing a good job staying square. Okay, so Owen, you should have an inside hand here. Ben will have a hand here. Ben will then get a hand on this guy. And then you'll have an outside hand on this guy, creating our cup. And why it's critical that we create a cup and influence guys upfield with our tackles is so then you can help out. You can get a hand on the inside and out in your outside gap as well, tackles. Okay. But if we set back too much and this guy takes an inside angle, that's not good for us. Okay, and Carson, this is where it gets you in trouble here. Notice, Carson, you drop back way too far. There's no reason why you need to drop back that far, Carson, because you're fast and athletic, and you should not have to worry about this guy beating you to the outside. He's not that good of an athlete. So just sit there and wait. Okay, take your 2 steps, 1, 2, and now sit. Sit. Notice how you just open up this gap up to the inside because we set back too far and he gets a sack. Okay, Pacer, looking at you. I like your initial step. And we're kick sliding. We're looking for work. We just got out here a little bit too late, and Carson didn't help us out by bailing out too far. Okay, here we're running counter. So we'll start here. So Venji, you called 7-7-7, your man blocking the 4. Take your inside step. You see he slants inside. So we should be trying to work our head across, getting in front of him. And we're supposed to trying to wash him down now. Okay, which we do a pretty decent job at. But I like to see our head in front of him. Okay. Not on the side, because notice how we give up some penetration here. We want to try to get our head in front of him and then wash him down so we don't cause that penetration. Owen, looking at you. Once again, look at your eyes, Owen. I can tell right away as a linebacker where you're going because of where you're looking. Just try to look straight ahead. Don't try to give up any hints. Okay. You take your 45-degree step. Notice how you step backwards. Once again, you don't gain any ground with that first step. We want to try to gain ground with the first step here. But you notice that the hip disappears, so you keep working up to FBI right there. Okay, that's excellent. That's exactly where we need to be and what we need to do. Perfect. Okay. Ben, you take the correct steps. You notice this guy slants into your gap, so you throw him over into your gap. Make sure we keep him there. Make sure we wall him off from the play. Okay. Watching Pacer get his kick out block. Okay. Too high. Get down here. Run through that hip. It's not bad, but I like to see you lower on the hip. Drop down right there and get on the hip and run through it. But this is not a bad lane. It's not bad. Carson, make sure we're checking our B gap here. Make sure we should have our eyes here in our B gap first before we turn back. I think we turn back a little bit too quick. We want to make sure that the inside gap is taken care of first before we turn back here. Okay, watching our H. H, I see what you see here. You see first open window is right here because our tackle did not do a good enough job of washing this guy down. So I like how you're staying a wrecking ball I want you to try to run through this guy and still get to your linebacker if you can. Okay, try to run through this guy and still get to your linebacker, which is number 4 right here. Try to get by him. But still, guys, this is like a 5-yard gain because we do a good job getting on our guys. We do a good job creating a funnel here, which allows our running back space to run. Okay, that's not a bad play. Next play. Okay, 50s. Okay, Vinji, you step inside. Now, Vinji, there's no reason why you need to go chasing him. Okay, if he wants to run away from you like that, Vinji, don't go chase him, because look what you do. You open up a window right here. Okay, we need to set vertically back, staying square, and he can keep running back as much as he wants until you make contact with him. I do like how you run him out, though. Okay, that's what we want to do in terms of influencing upfield. So Carson, you need to make sure you step in hard and you give him no chance to beat you inside. You want to invite him to try to beat you upfield. Okay, that gives our quarterback time to throw the ball. If you just set back right away and allow him to run in, it gives our quarterback 0 time. So Carson, I want you to look more like what Vinji does here, where he steps in, okay, and then he runs the guy out. That's what we want to see more. Okay, Owen, looking at you. You step inside. You look inside first. You see the blitzing backer. You take him on nicely and run him outside. Only give him a one-way go outside and then run him that way. Okay, Ben, looking at you. You got active feet, active hands. We're getting pushed back a little bit too easily, Ben. Okay, let's have a wider base here, and let's not get pushed back too much. Okay, I think we're giving up too much ground too soon. Okay, Pacer, looking at you. I like how you look inside first. You take good steps, and then you can come and help out with this. That's good, Pacer. Okay, Carson, it's just the same thing. I need you to step in harder, invite this guy to run upfield, and then go run him by the play like Vinji does. Okay, we don't want to give him this inside run directly at the quarterback. Right away, I don't even know what the play is because it's not marked, but I know that Owen is pulling or down blocking because of where his eyes are. So Owen, we got to fix that. Okay, we'll start over here with Carson. Okay, I think this is the trap play that we run for a touchdown. We got to make sure we're lower on our dip and rip, Carson, as we rip up to our backer. Okay, make sure we stay lower, and good job just working up to the first backer that you see. Okay, but we need to be lower. Notice how this guy gets hands on you. We want to be lower and try to rip underneath that. Low to high with our rip like we were on defense, okay? Pacer, watching you. This is very nice. We get both hands on the hip. And notice how this guy moves. Notice how he moves. He bumps right over in that gap. This is a pretty big guy. And notice how he moves right away because we get hands on the hip and he bumps over and we're able to get space here, okay? And good job trying to cut this guy off and get in front of him. That's what we're looking to do. Okay, punch the hip, work up. Okay, Ben, watching you. Okay, make sure we take our step with our gap side foot first, and then second step to the crotch. But you do a good job throwing him into your gap. You got some nice help there, and keep trying to wash this guy down past the tackle. Okay, Owen, watching you. This is a really good job getting down as low as you can on the hip. I still want you to try to get lower, but this guy's pretty low. He makes it pretty tough on you. But because you are low, okay, you are aiming at the hip, you are able to get this guy moved out. Okay, your pad level is pretty good here, but this guy's doing a pretty good job fighting it off. But because you're underneath his pads, you're able to move him out just enough where we get a good seam. So Owen, I'd say this is a good job here. This is a very nice job. And we're able to wheel him out. You're on the inside, and notice what that does. Okay, There's one part of the wall. There's the funnel, and he's off to the races. Okay, this is the perfectly executed trap here. Vinji, I like what you do here. You step down. I can check that you check. I can see that you checked your gap first before you turn back, which is good. And you seal off that backside. Okay, H, make sure you step down hard with the tackle and you block this guy off. There's no way that this guy should beat you inside. The only way he can go is outside. Okay, we kind of give up on the play a little bit. We start becoming a spectator. Okay, H's, we cannot become a spectator. We're going to make sure that we're blocking until the whistle blows. Okay, next play here. Looks like we're running boot again. Okay, both of you guys, it looks like you're running 50s here. This is not what it should be. Okay, it should be a man block. It should be a push block, just like we're running power, and then we're getting out here. That's what we should be doing right now. Okay, Ben's looking for you, Owen, to push that guy into his gap. That's what we need to be doing. And I know we corrected this earlier, but we shouldn't be having this issue of this mental error of not knowing what to do on boot. Boot is power. Okay. So it's kind of a messed up play here. Good job, Pacers, still trying to get in front of this guy. Our quarterback just, he needs to make a decision of either running it or settling his feet and trying to throw the ball. Okay. And you're doing the best you can to run there and help him out. Okay. But he needs to make that decision sooner. Like right now, he needs to settle his feet and try to throw the ball because he's got guys open. Okay, good job correcting your eyes here, Owen. I can't tell what you're doing here because you're just looking straight ahead. Okay, it looks like we're running sweep to the left here. So we're going to have a scoop. Okay, you should be working out to the next guy, up to the stack backer. You should be doing your bow block where you're making sure that guy's not slanting in and you're working up to next play side backer. We got our chip, we got our scoop, and you should just be releasing and running to cut off this linebacker here. Okay, we'll watch Carson. Carson does a great job getting his head to the play side, but notice how you're up on the shoulder. I want you lower down on the armpit. We're too high here. Okay, but good job sealing that guy off. Let's stay on him though. Let's keep running our feet through him. Once you get him reached, now start driving him vertically. Start driving him vertically upfield. Okay, Landall, after you take that third step, let's start working up to the next level here. Let's get there a little bit sooner. Okay, Ben, good. Now let's get flat and get on our track. Good job getting a hand on this guy, trying to throw him off a little bit. Sometimes that's all you need to help us get some yards with this. Owen, you need to make sure you get your head on the other side. Okay, we can't have our head on the back side because we never reach that guy. We need to try to get our head on the other side. If you need to reduce your splits to try to get there, we can reduce our splits a little bit to try to help us do that. Okay, Vinji, you need to be ripping across this guy's face and getting up to the linebacker. We shouldn't be messing around with this guy. We should be ripping across and getting up to the linebacker. Next play. This play was kind of a dud play. I really don't know what was going on here. I couldn't tell by any of the blocking really what we were trying to do here. I think there was just some sort of miscommunication. Okay, 50s here. Raymond, I like to see you step down a little bit harder here. We don't want to be square. We're too square. We need to be on the inside shoulder and influence them upfield. We can never give him this inside lane, but Raymond, good job shuffling back inside when you notice him trying to rip back in. But we want to just try to influence him straight up field. Okay. Cisco, good job giving help, but only give help with the inside hand so you can help give an outside hand punch to this guy. Okay, Rumsa, good job helping out. We're a little bit too high. Don't turn your shoulders though, Rumsa. You're the base of the cup, so you want to stay nice and square. You have Cisco there helping you. So try to keep this arm free and your shoulder square. So if someone blitzes this gap, you can help out. Okay, Jacob, we want to step with that inside foot first and then drop that back leg. But I do like how you're looking for work. You look inside to out and you're looking to help somebody here, which is good. Jaden, we need to step inside hard because we want to try to influence this guy upfield. So step hard with that inside foot, get your outside knee to the midline, to the crotch. So you're trying to influence him upfield. Okay, we're running toss to the left here. H, this is good, working up. Looking for someone on your outside in your gap. If there's no one in your gap, then you're working up to backer here and blocking back inside. Okay, you got a guy in your gap, so you go block him. Very nice. Okay, Raymond, good job with your chip block. Could keep this arm free though. Cisco, you have to get your head to the other side, bud. Okay, you don't take a bucket step. You just take a lateral step. You need to make sure you take a bucket step so it gives you time to get your head around and get your head across to his play side shoulder. Because we step at him, we don't have any time to get our head across, but we have to reach this guy. Because notice how he's just able to get by you guys, and Raymond can't get up to the second level. Raymond, you got to be getting up to this next linebacker. Raymond, you need to be right here on this guy. You need to be right there, right now. Okay, same thing, Rumsa. We got to try to get off this and work up to this linebacker here. You need to give more space for Landall to take this guy over because Landall can't take him over. And Jaden, we shouldn't be messing around with this guy at all. We should be rip releasing up to this linebacker right here. Okay, here we're running sprint out. Jaden, make sure we keep this guy reached. We're too high, Jaden. We got to make sure we have our hands on the inside. Notice how your hands outside, so he's able to get extension and to get away from you. Okay. Also, when you get your hands outside, you have a tendency to hold somebody. This could be called for a holding right there. We cannot lose this reach block. We got to log him, guys. We got to make sure we log him. So when I do this, now is where I actually want to try to get my butt in between him and the sideline. I want to try to cut him off. I cannot allow him to beat me over the top. Okay, I can't allow him to do this. Everyone else, we should be stepping back. Okay, Landall, we can't let this guy beat us into our play side gap. Rumsa, we can't allow this guy to really beat us in our play side gap this easily. We should be making guys have to try to backdoor it. Okay, Cisco, you need to be closer to Rumsa here. And Raymond, you need to be close. Remember, this is the swinging gate, guys. We should be trying to swing back and stay tight and keep all our hips together. But we're just way too far apart from one another. Okay, we need to be tighter. You need to be tighter. Okay, here we should be running. I think this was power that we're running. Yeah, this should be power. So if you call the 777, Joe, your man blocking the 4, our 8 should be blocking out to the 7. Okay, we got our push block here. our double team. We're coming up to this linebacker here. Okay, watching Joe here. Joe, we're too high. Look at your head compared to his. Look where your arm is. If we have a man block, we have to be able to win this battle, guys. Okay, we can't give up ground like this. This is not good. Our feet stop. And we're not getting any movement on this guy whatsoever. Okay, we need to move. We need to drive this guy off the ball. Okay, our H, like I said, should be working out instead of up and in the hole, because this is our pulling guards guy to block. Okay, Landall, watching you. Make sure you get both hands on the hip, Landall. Make sure you punch him. There you go. That's good. Very nice. And then you're working up to your backer. Good. This is very nice. Notice how we're creating a wall right here. That's exactly how that should look. That's very nice. Okay, Rumsa, we shouldn't be stepping this way. We should make sure we're doing our chip block steps. Okay, one step, second step to the crotch, and then trying to throw this guy into our gap. Okay, we shouldn't be stepping over here at all. Because notice when you step over there, you kind of run into Landall and he's not able to help you out like he's supposed to, really. Okay, let our guard do his job, pushing him over into your gap, and you do your job making sure you're taking your chip step blocks or your chip steps. Cisco, this is a very nice job taking your skip pull, staying tight to the double team, and then running your feet after contact. One thing I'll say is that you're too high. Your head is not down on the numbers. It's up by the shoulder pads. Okay, but you do a nice job running your feet and continuing through the block here. That's very nice. Okay, Raymond, watching you. Good job stepping down hard. Raymond, this looks very nice. Good job stepping down hard. Once you notice that no one is threatened, then you can turn back for the end. Okay. But I see what you see here. You see that this guy stepped up and looks like he's blitzing. So you're staying cognizant of that. But I like how you step down hard here and you join this wall. Okay, all tackles, this is how it should look here, where you step down hard. But this is a very nice play for us. Because notice what happens. Okay, we really don't get our kick out, but we have one part of the wall. We have another part of the wall right here. And it creates a nice funnel. Okay, once again, we have our sprint out. Joe, make sure we log this guy. We want to log this guy right now. Okay, don't mess around with it. Go log him right away. Once again, Joe, we're a little bit too high. Log him. Get right here. Get on this side of his body. We can't let him fight over the top like this. Okay, good job starting this wall. And same thing, Jacob, we can't let this guy beat us to our outside here. We got to make sure we stay on him. Okay, Rumsa, we got to make sure we step here hard. Help out. Good job protecting your play side gap. Cisco, good job with that. Okay, here we're running, looks like trap to the left. Okay, Raymond, this is where I talked to you about this one. You're just too high. You need to have your head down on the play side number. You do wash this guy down pretty nice, but we need to be lower. Okay. Against better linebackers, that's not going to be good enough. We got to make sure that we are in front of this guy as we drive him down. Okay, Cisco, watching you. Good job. You see that hip disappears. So you work up to your linebacker. That's excellent. And then you run your feet. Cisco, this is very nice. Good job running your feet. This is excellent. That is excellent right there. Okay, Rumsa, good job. You got this guy into your gap. Now keep him there and wash him down. Landall, watching you. Good job being down by the hip. but we got to make sure we get our head. We want to make sure we get our head on the hip outside here. Okay, we want our shoulder in the middle of him and make sure our head is on the outside, and then we wheel him out. That way he can't fall back in. We can't allow him to fall back in. Good job, Joe. This is very nice. This is what a wheel and seal is meant to do. You step down, try to get hip to hip with the center. You see that you check your B gap first. Okay, you check B gap first. You see guys coming, you get in front of them. Good. Notice how we're creating the wall here. Creating the wall. Okay, there it is. We created the front side wall here. Then we have our kick out. Here's our funnel. The ball is being ran right in it for a lot of yards. For a touchdown. Perfect. Okay, here I'll talk about Joe. If this guy's already on your outside, let's block him first. I see what you're seeing, Joe, but if this guy's going to come from way out here, there's no way he's going to make the tackle in time, or he shouldn't make a sack in time. The quarterback needs to be getting rid of the ball. So you don't need to go all the way out here to block this guy. Stay here where you can help out with this defensive end. And if you need to, at the end, let this guy come to you and then get a punch on him. Don't go out to him and vacate this 5 technique. You need to stay right here. Make sure that you attack this inside shoulder, influence him upfield. Because if you influence this guy upfield, there's no way that this guy that's coming all the way out here from space is going to be able to get there in time. Just stay on this guy. Now, Joe, if that linebacker was on the line of scrimmage right here, then you could probably do this. You can make that fan call. But if he's way out here, you don't need to go out there to go get him. Let him come to you. Okay, Landau, you want to make sure that you can get a punch here and then punch out as well. Okay, because we let this guy go. Rumsa, good job staying square here. We just need to make sure that our guard is staying, protecting his inside gap with the hand. We got to make sure that our tackle isn't running out. We want to make sure we're creating this nice, even cup so we can all help each other out. So Rumsa, that's not too bad there. Okay, Raymond, we get too square on this guy again. Influence him upfield. I do like how you step inside, but don't stay square on him. Influence him upfield. Let him get upfield. Don't give him this two-way go where he can come back inside. Okay, here it looks like I think we're running dive here. Okay, watching Jaden. Jaden, we should have a chip block here. So that means you're stepping with this foot, second step to the crotch. You have your play side arm free, and you're working up to this linebacker here. Okay, Landau, you do a good base block here. This is very nice. Getting your head across, being aggressive, blocking that guy. Okay, that's very good. Okay, Rumsa, I can see you're trying to do your chip steps. That guy falls over into your gap. It looks like, well, it looks like Cisco, you're doing a push block instead of trying to take this guy over. Cisco, if you see this guy's hip disappears, if you see this guy go into that gap, then you need to stay square and work up to your linebacker. Okay, right there, as that hip disappears, you now need to start working up to this linebacker. Okay, Raymond, you got to make sure you step into your gap. Okay, Raymond, it looks like we don't take a correct step here. Yep, you step with your back foot first, which isn't good. It needs to be play side step, second step to the crotch, and then you are looking for your linebacker as he's taking this guy over. Okay, LaFleur, we shouldn't just be running up to this guy right away. All right, you should be doing your base block here. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the offensive film right there. I'm going to move over to defense.